Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Name's Ryan, aka the Rye Man. We're back in some more Doki Doki Blue Skies mod. And if you're paying attention to the time, you're probably realizing I'm doing this recording immediately after the last one. I'm just trying to get through as much of this content as I possibly can, hopefully trying to at least accomplish the Yuri route before the newest Doki Doki Literature Club content hits, in which you know I'm going right back into that, and we're going to explore as much of the new content as we possibly can find. It's going to be a wild ride. But let's keep on doing this. The last time we were here, I probably blew my chances with the Yuri route already when I decided to take her books. I think this game definitely wants to go a normal route, make it seem like an actual normal story. Which I guess in their words is what the game was going to be before Monica messed with everything. But anyways. So it seems like all the girls will still have their problems. Right? Like some kind of form of depression or abuse. Or I believe in Yuri's case, if it's not screaming self-hate, anxiety out the wazoo, self-conscious out the wazoo, nothing will. And a lot of it now makes sense on how Monica from the original plot kind of twisted those to the extreme, which made her the yandere type. So we're gonna see how this is further explored. I am just pulling these guesses out of my butt. I am probably wrong, but if I'm right, you're still free to call me the dumb, because you could probably just sit there and go, Ryan, it's obvious what the hell, so what the hell is wrong with your brain? Let's continue. Today, you and I are going out shopping together, and judging by the sunny weather outside, it looks like there's some, pathetic fallacy going on? What? I can't even remember the last time I went food shopping of my own volition. I'll have to admit, I was surprised when you messaged me about it. Yeah, it just gets kind of boring for me personally, shopping alone. And I figured that you make great company. Well, I can't say I can relate to feeling bored while shopping alone. I actually rather enjoy spending that time with my thoughts to myself. I do too, girl, but the problem is I'm alone with my thoughts for way too long, and that turns into a bad thing. Oh, I guess that does make sense. Not to say that I don't want to be here right now. I mean, it's a nice change of pace, being able to talk to someone and gather their opinions on different products. And I did have to buy more groceries, too. No worries, I get you. You know, you kinda sound like Natsuki there. Yuri's pretty cute when she gets flustered. I nearly have to bite my tongue to stop myself from teasing her, so I can see her get flustered again. Careful now there, old boy. She's not Sayori, and she might not respond as well to teasing. Although, she probably wouldn't respond as badly as Natsuki. I can understand cigarettes! That, I guess, is a god-dang universal language. Portable lung cancer sticks. What the hell are those? Yuri, we're gonna get to your dialogue in a second, girl. We gotta put things together as to what in the blue blazes I'm looking at in the world of Japanese anime land. What are these? What are those? If you have no idea what I'm looking at based on YouTube's quality, I don't know, upgrade your monitor so you and I can figure this stuff out together. What is that?
What is that? These. They're like egg bird people. It's like if Angry Birds was an anime. And not the kind of anime you want to be showing your children. I don't know where I was going with that one. Everything else looks mundane and typical. Look, I can understand tobacco. Look, it's like, that's all we need to know. Cigarettes. Ah, there's the store. Such flippin' rainbow. Oh, I can understand cookies. If I ever end up in Japan, that would be an idea. Oh, sold out. That would be an idea for... What the hell is that? It's... Anyway, stupid idea for a challenge if I am ever in Japan. It will make for a very boring, dumb video. I can only buy things at the store where I can understand what it is. Like wording. I don't care if you look at it and be like, oh, that's obviously soda. If I can't read what the label says, I can't get it. So I'm probably walking out of that store with a few cartons of cigarettes, if that's the only thing I'm going to understand. You and I pick up shopping baskets as we enter the store. By the way, what items are you looking for? Oh, just some basic stuff like ramen and frozen foods. Pretty much just instant food. Oh, I see. I can almost feel the judgment. I can feel it. Note to self, learn how to cook something that takes more than 2 seconds to make. Well, to be fair, it takes more than 2 seconds to make the ramen. Actually, that's a lie. It takes 2 seconds for me to take the wrapper off because I will just eat the ramen raw. I can feel you judging me from your own computer seat. A guy who can cook is never a bad thing. Do you happen to have everything else you need then? What do you mean? I meant things such as vegetables, spices, and the like. Well, not that first one, because I don't eat what my food eats. I did not. I'm looking you actually straight in the eyes as I'm saying this. I did not claw my way to the top of the food chain. Us as a species did not claw our way to the top of the food chain to eat what's at the bottom of that food chain. You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at? Yeah, I think you do. I think you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, those are hardly ever in my house. I actually don't have that stuff at home. The closest thing to spice I have is my sister's old copy of Spice World on VHS. Usually I just make pre-made food. You know, food that just needs to heat up or boil for a few minutes. Do your parents usually cook your meals and buy the fresher ingredients then? I wish. It'd be great if my mom was home more often to do that. Although I can't be ungrateful. The reason why she's always all away all the time is because she needs to raise me as a single mother. We're getting background! Wait, single mother? We're halfway to being Batman! We're technically 3/4 of the way to being Batman because the mom's always away. And that's definitely not an easy task. I actually do most of the cooking since my mom's usually out for work. Ever since she got this huge promotion, she's had to travel the world on business trips to see clients. Oh, I see. She looks away for a moment. What about your father? Oh, he dead! Oh, never mind. We're back to like 50% Batman. I am the dumb. This was probably mentioned before, but I do not remember for the life of me. Oh, well, my parents got divorced some time ago. I'm sorry, Ryan. You don't have to talk about it if you prefer not to. No, it's fine. I've come to terms with it already. Everything was all fine and happy when I was a kid, but my parents gradually started arguing more and more as I grew up. Now that I look back, I think it was because my dad took my mom for granted. Like, even though they both worked, my mom also cooked and cleaned and did all the usual homemaker stuff. They started getting more and more stressed out because of everything, until they finally split. I ended up with my mom, and my dad just left. I think he has a new girlfriend, but I haven't seen them a lot. I don't know. I just feel kind of weird whenever I think about my dad having a new partner. Yuri gazes at me with a gentle look on her face. Surprising. Her eyes held a gentle understanding in them rather than pity. Sorry. I didn't mean to go on and on about it. I usually bottle this stuff up, where it belongs, so I guess it just flooded out.
That's all right, Ryan. There's no need to apologize. I can't say I have much experience with dealing with divorced parents, but if you ever need to vent about it, I'll be there. After all, it's only fair if I reciprocate.
I probably read that wrong anyway. I don't have to remind people I can't read. Thanks, and yeah, just having someone to listen helps. We move through the aisles in a companionable silence for a while. The light from the fluorescent strips overhead shine brightly off the jars and packages as we pass by. There's a small clinking sound as Yuri softly drags her fingertips across a roll of jars containing kimchi? So, Yuri, do your parents do most of the cooking?
I typically prepare the meals.
Oh, what do you normally cook? She takes a moment looking at some of the food in front of us.
Some of my favorite foods are fish-based.
I love a good fish! I had tuna for dinner. And that was literally it.
There's nothing as delectable as a teriyaki salmon, in my opinion.
Being around this girl is going to start making me hungry. Very hungry. I hate this diet shit. She stands up straighter as she says this, a smile growing on her face.
I really do enjoy home cooking. Most people look forward to eating out at restaurants, but I've always preferred eating comfort food at home. Sometimes, a simple rice dish is all it takes to warm you up inside. You should actually try making one sometime. They're very convenient and extremely quick recipes.
Oh? Can you give me some recipes then?
They hardly need recipes. One that I usually reserve for breakfast is egg rice. I assume that you have a rice cooker at home, yes?
Who doesn't have one? Does this store sell rice cookers?
Well, that simplifies things a lot. All you have to do is make a bowl of nice fluffy white rice and dig a small dip in the middle of the rice. After that, you crack a raw egg in the middle. This is making me so hungry. Season with soy sauce and rice seasoning. Mix it together with your chopsticks and you're done.
That does sound really simple. Although I think I ran out of rice seasoning a long time ago.
Well, you can pick some up now. It really is a delicious dish, despite, or perhaps because of its simplicity. The frothy lightness of the egg, paired with the subtle sweetness of the rice and rich savoriness of the seasonings. I actually like to sprinkle on some chopped green onions at the end too, for that extra bit of crisp freshness.
Man, my mouth is watering at this point. Damn it! Oh, I came here for field bombs for once, and said I get hit with hunger pains.
Oh, that's what comfort food does to you. One of my guilty pleasures is even simpler, though.
Oh, girl, like, if you're gonna keep talking about food to me at this point, talk real slow to me, please. I'll say this without shame. Like, when you start getting really hungry and you turn on the Food Network, like, oh, you just want to watch it in slow motion, and it's painful.
Sometimes, when I don't have the time or energy to cook, I take cold leftover rice and pour some hot tea over it.
Really? Really? Wow, you're more of a tea lover than I thought.
It may sound strange, but it's a delight when I pair it with slices of pickled daikatana.
What? No, I get you, though. When I was a kid, my mom used to give me leftover rice drizzled with soy sauce if I begged for a snack, whenever she was too busy to cook me something substantial. Now that I think about it, it'd probably taste similar to egg rice.
Most likely, yes. I do enjoy making more complicated side dishes to accompany rice, though.
This is an entire episode of food, and I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with y'all. I'm starting to hate it because, one, these eyes down here won't stop staring at me. And two, I'm so hungry.
The way an onion's sharp, sweet taste pairs with the other vegetables, such as mushrooms and bell peppers, really satisfies my appetite.
Wow, you're quite a chef, eh? She starts blushing and puts her hands together.
I mean, I just know some family recipes is all. Once you understand the basics of cooking, it's quite easy to make something appetizing.
Oh, I'm at that age. I'm gonna be 32. I don't know how to cook. I'm just gonna be surviving off hot sauce packets and raw ramen. Oh. If your cooking is anything like your poetry, I'd love to learn it from you. I'm not aiming to be a master chef, but I could learn even just a bit from Yuri. I could probably mix up my dinner some. As we pass through the freezer aisle, I fill up a good portion of my basket with bags of frozen dumplings.
So do you really like dumplings then?
Well, I do like dumplings. This brand of gyoza. I'm just gonna say gyoza. What the fuck? I don't care. Is a bit special. Yuri stares at the freezer for a moment.
How so?
We are just gonna keep talking about food, and I'm gonna drive my fist through a drywall. Well, I guess they hold some nice memories. Even though my mom did make homemade dumplings sometimes, my dad and I always liked this brand of frozen dumplings the most. I guess it's kind of become one of our favorite meals, despite being, well, a frozen food. Oh, that always drove my mom crazy, haha. My parents have always been busy with work, but we tried to have at least one meal together as a family every day. Then after a while, we went from having them every day to every other day. And for a lot of those meals, my mom ended up making the gyoza because my dad and I wanted them.
Why didn't you try making them yourself?
Well, it's called I'm too stupid to learn how to make cereal properly. We're going to establish that, okay, Yuri? But we tried. My dad and I always burnt them. We tried boiling them too, but I prefer them fried. So yeah, I guess I'm kind of conditioned to associate these dumplings with good times spent with my family.
Oh, I see.
For a moment, Yuri's lost in thought.
So, do you still burn them then, or...?
Hey, what kind of opinion do you have about my cooking? I never burn them anymore. Well, I rarely burn them. Yuri giggles at my admission.
I suppose you make quite a lot of them then?
Sure have. I miraculously haven't gotten tired of them yet. And I have yet to burn down my house, so there's that as a plus. Actually, there's a funny story attached to one of the first times I tried making them myself.
Oh? What happened?
Do you Okay, I didn't burn down my house, I just nearly burned down my neighbor's! Do you remember how I talked about how Siri almost burned her house down after she tried cooking?
Yes, I believe I do.
Well, that was the time we tried making these dumplings ourselves. I left Sayori in charge when I went to the bathroom. Then I started smelling smoke, accompanied by her yelling from downstairs. Apparently, she tried to pick up the pan of the dumplings were frying on, and somehow burn herself and flip the pan in the process. All the dumplings were scattered on the stove. Those poor, poor dumplings. She started panicking before she knew it. Dumplings were on fire. I'm just glad her parents kept a fire extinguisher underneath the sink.
It sounds like you had quite the time.
Yeah, and luckily, Sayori wasn't burned. Burned much by the pan. All's well that ends well, I guess.
It seems like these dumplings are to you as oolong tea is to me.
How so?
Well,
she picks up a package of oolong tea.
When I was younger, my mother always made fresh tea when I arrived home. Occasionally, it was another kind of tea, but we usually had oolong. At first, I was indifferent to the tea, but over time, I developed a taste for it. Now, whenever I drink it, it reminds me of her...
Oh, her mama dead! That's past tense. I'm throwing money down right now. She dead. She dead. That's really nice, Yuri. I guess we're more similar than I imagined. You know what? I have an idea. How about we cook something together at my house this weekend?
Are you certain?
I mean, not exactly an expert in preparing food now. Well, good thing I'm no expert. Did I accidentally read that as her? It's starting to get late for me. I'm reading lines the wrong way. That way we can learn together. We can burn my house down together. That sounds like a successful date.
I see your point there.
Would Sunday morning work? Boy, then we're making breakfast.
I apologize. I have some obligations that I must attend to on Sunday.
She looks up and away after a moment, waving her hands.
No, not that I don't want to spend time with you. This Sunday's usually a day I spend...
She turns away again. I'm guessing she's lost in thought. Either that or she really likes whole wheat bread. I mean, I could go for some whole wheat bread right now, but that's too much carbs. How about Saturday night?
Yes, that would work.
She lets out a sigh of relief and continues walking with me to the checkout. With everything paid for, we start the walk home. As I turn to speak to Yuri, though, I smell a small flash of pink. Hey, look! It's Natsuki! This town must be only like 3 blocks flippin' long! Yuri starts speeding up a little. Oh! Oh, she's going in the opposite direction! Oh! Do you want to go say hi to her?
I don't know. She seems like she might be busy. Besides, don't you need to get your dumplings in the freezer?
I mean, I guess, but... I'm going to go with your rights. Because I can recognize an anxiety attack happening. Don't ask me how. When some people get to a certain point where they just don't want to be out no more. They're not going to be out no more. Here's what you don't do. You don't take your introvert friend and you don't drag them to the rave. You know what I'm saying? you pick up what I'm putting down, because then someone touches them, and then the friend has to literally leap over the crowd and say, "Oh, honey, no, don't touch him, don't." We're gonna keep her comfortable. I guess she does look busy now that you mention it, and there's always tomorrow. With one last glance back, I start walking away again with Yuri. Yuri sighs a bit as we continue. I'm guessing she wanted to talk to... I'm guess she wanted to talk to Natsuki, but felt too anxious to do so? It's alright, Yuri. It's a bit scary to do this kind of stuff sometimes. Okay, so this is what we're gonna be doing. So with her route, I think I'm right. She's obviously the too much in her own head, anxiety out the butt, self-conscious out the butt. We have to try to keep her comfortable, and I'm guessing if there are multiple endings then, because there are choices present, I guess that's a big duh. We have to oh my god, it's fucking Hanako. I know I said this before. I said this long ago in the original Doki Doki Literature Club. It's Hanako. It's Hanako if she wasn't burnt. It really is.
Yeah.
See, she's agreeing with what my character said, and literally what I just said. I'm literally dating Hanako again. I literally ended up on the dating route with Hanako again. What does that say about me? Does that mean I have a type? Does that mean my type is the cute, feminine, but yet shy, self-conscious type? What is my type? What is that? What is that? Do I just like the cute, shy type? Like, what's happening? What's going on here? Kowalski, analysis. Inumi, bring me my notes. Don't mind Inumi. Inumi is the intern I picked up from Major Minor. Don't mind him. He's a good kid. He's learning from the best. Okay, he's not learning from the best. He's learning from me, but he's learning how stuff usually goes down. Thank you, Inumi. Go on.
I'll try again another time.
The walk back is rather quiet. Is Yuri still thinking about what happened? She looks off to the side in quiet rumination all the way back. Well, here we are. Guess we should split up for now.
Goodbye then, Ryan.
Hold on. I say that without thinking, but I just feel compulsion to not leave things the way they are. Don't sweat it too much, Yuri. It might be hard now, but with a little more practice, I'm sure you'll be able to speak more freely. After all, you were able to make me feel welcome when I first joined the club. So if you can do that, in theory you could do it for others too.
That's true. Thank you for your kind words. I'll definitely talk to Suki at school. Oh, and you too, of course.
I'll be looking to it. My brain jumped to the conclusion that I was going to say I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, I'm glad I caught that. I'm still an idiot, though. Hey, you know what? I think with my dumb, slow reading pace, these chapters seem to be going by like around about half an hour each. So I'm going to end this episode, and then... Maybe just this episode. Because I've got a buddy from work who wants to play some Phasmophobia soon. I haven't heard from him yet. He knows I'm on. Yeah, to help prepare for that segment, so I'm not then having to bum rush through a reading. This will be it for now. At least I'm going to see what the rest of the plans are for the remainder of my night. Could always change. So, as always, if you guys are enjoying yourselves, if me stumbling my way through this wacky adventure of a mod, like, tickles you in any fashion, that usual song and dance, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, it's stuff like that usually helps. I mean, if visual novel stuff isn't your cup of tea, keep in mind I do a whole bunch of other stuff for the channel. You can see that through the giant library I've got set up. I'm just trying to get through a bunch of the visual novel stuff now to free up my schedule, you know? And if I get at least 1 or 2 of them done, preferably all of them, then a whole bunch of other adventures can take place just for the sake of more variety. But you never know. There is at least 1 or 2 people that enjoy sitting through me going through these adventures. So by all means, if you have a suggestion for another visual novel out there that you want me to take a look, tell me about it. Why do you think there's the you and me and her love story going on right now? A buddy suggested it to me. But I'll let you guys go for now in case you're still here for some reason. Stay awesome out there, everyone. Adios.